Hey everybody, it's Scott, the novice home grower here. I'd like to start this off by putting this disclaimer. The video is for adults, 18 years old or older. Content is for informational and entertainment purposes. Please follow your local laws. Thank you. So hey, how's it going? I wanted to give you an update on the latest with these Nancy's Own Grimey Bubblegums I'm growing on this little 1x2 desktop grow. Half of it's hydroponic, the other half is living soil. Both are doing quite well, very interesting results. I did some super cropping by accident a couple weeks back. One of the plants was basically smashed flat, and it rebounded amazingly. In fact, it went kind of crazy the way it was growing. Got thick, got large, and for the first time, it's only the second time I've grown autoflowers. For the first time I did, this is what they ended up looking like. A stick with flowers coming up the top and on the sides, and that was it, no branches. That was because I was growing it outside of my deck, and it was quite volatile as far as the weather was concerned. 50 degrees at night a couple nights. During the day it could get up to 90 plus, humidity from 10% to 90% for weeks on end. But they actually grew quite well and responded quite well. It was just like 3 nodes, I'm gonna flower now because I can't take this stress. I want to get this done with. So to be honest with you, I'm very happy because now I actually have branches, and these plants are doing really good. They responded quite well. In fact, I did another series of low stress training last night. They were all flopped over, flattened out again. This morning, boom, they're all pointing up and coming up, and I'll show you the results. Probably going to do a little bit of trimming of the leaves, just a couple. I don't like to do that a lot because I think the leaves supply energy for the flowers. They haven't started to that point yet. I think within the next week we'll start to see if they're male or female and start to see the flowering process start. I'm excited about that. And then at that point on the living soil side, we're going to top dress it. I'll show you that recipe. It's super simple, very cheap, and very effective. Basically impossible to burn. With overly nutrients added. Let's put it that way. The soil responded quite well with that last summer. So let's take a look. As I said, this is on a desk, and it's about 2 feet wide. It's about 1 foot deep. It's surrounded, like I said, with this basically it's food grade bubble wrap. It's insulated bubble wrap. It's coated with mylar, which is on the inside of most tents. I did get rid of the padding I had on the walls because you can see Barbie's ready to harvest already. Today it was 40 degrees out. It had been 20 below last week, so quite a bit different, so to speak. So let's take a look inside here. First, the top view. As you can see, everything's pointing straight up, and I'm going to show you what happened with these plants here with their different types of LST and super cropping, the effects. This is held together basically with packing tape. Just have it right here. It's not secured on the inside. It's basically resting on the tabletop. So like I said, you can see it's just mylar coated bubble wrap taped around the outside of this. So let's start over here. This was the one that got smashed flat. If you'll notice, that is a very thick stem all of a sudden. So I had tied it down originally on this side. Right there, you could see I kind of used an empty pod, tied down the branch just to hold it down so that the side branches, look at them, oops, look at all the branches out of this one. I can't even believe it. There. So all of these branches are now starting to go towards the light. And last night, if you see that rubber band in there, I kind of pulled it down a little bit more on the end. It's about as far down as we want to go. And we're going to just let that start to get a little bit woody on the stem, and it'll hold that position. Eventually we'll release all the restraints. Over here we had the one that we had the powerful super crap on. And as you can see, that has turned into a knuckle and the branch is getting thicker. I think we're going to let this go the way that it is and maybe lean it a little bit this way. Right here, this plant is super interesting. I can't wait to see what happens with this. First node, 3 leaves. And then after that, as you see, it's alternating nodes all the way to the top. It's going to keep on doing it that way. It's a mutant. Here's a little stubby one that's not so stubby anymore. Hydroponics are running well. Keep the water level up, and I don't think you can see it so good, but you can see roots. Yeah, there we go. Coming down on the inside. Replace that 20% every week. Keep the nutrients in there every 2 weeks. So that's the hydroponic side. Over here, now you can see, let's see if I can point it out to you right here. You can see where I used basically paper clips unrolled and poked into the ground to hold it down. All these leaves are going up, starting to see branches here. This one is doing quite well. As you can see, branches forming all in this area. No signs of flowering yet there. Here's the smallest of the bunch. But I think what we're going to do though, I mean, the recommendation is you don't take off too many of the big fan leaves. That's what's giving it the energy. If you can tuck them under, open up the area where there should be light for these little side branches. The top part's still quite pliable. See, I just opened that up right there. Here, we'll have to play around. Maybe this one's got to go. Here we can tuck one. And see, it just opens it up. These leaves are what are creating the photosynthesis that is going to give the nutrition to the flowers that are coming, hopefully. No sign yet there. No sign yet here. Nancy's Own Grimey Bubblegum. These plants are very vigorous. They are doing quite well, and as you can see, cover crop is also doing quite well. We're going to be trimming that back. And like I said, within a week, we're going to be taking and doing a top dressing on this, and that'll be basically all that we'll have to do for fertilizing. Again, this living soil pod, I grew one plant in it last summer, all summer long. Let it freeze outside, brought it inside, let it thaw out, and basically been using distilled water ever since. I check to make sure if it needs water by sticking my finger in there, and I can tell that it probably doesn't need a whole lot, but I will give a bit of moisture in there just to keep the humidity up. So there you have it. I'm saying that anybody can do this. And oh, hey, did you like my little trick? It was starting to get a little bit hot on these lower leaves when they first came out, and they were very tender. So I took the light right out of the socket, rigged it up like a cantilever, have it hanging from the ceiling. We have a fan going in here to keep the circulation going. Got a humidifier set at 35 right now. And really cool is I can open up the back when the sun's coming in the window, which every day is more sunshine. Well, thanks a lot. I look forward to talking to you soon. Hopefully within this week, we'll be doing a top dressing on the living soil and hopefully see which are female and which are males. Thanks again.